Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. For today's video presentation, I will be discussing college algebra for my two subjects, which is civil engineering problems and civil engineering correlation course 1. They are the same subjects but different students because yung civil engineering problems is for the fifth year students for the old curriculum. Under civil engineering problems includes all mathematics subjects, hydraulics, and geotechnical engineering, as well as yung structural design analysis. For the civil engineering correlation course 1 naman, it is for the fourth year students na dumaan sa K-12 transition. So, yung topic naman nila is all mathematics subjects and hydraulics and geotechnical engineering. So, yun yung difference, yung structural design. No? So, for this video presentation, I will be discussing college algebra. No? So, i-compress natin yung discussion into a single video na diniscuss sa inyo ng prof nyo nung nag-aaral kayo ng first year ng isang buong semester. So, I do hope na ma-deliver ko ng maayos yung knowledge na need nyo para dun sa college algebra subjects, no? So, more likely, ano lang tayo, recall lang ng formulas for you to familiarize, also for you, para maging prepared kayo pagdating sa board exam. The objectives of this presentation is for my students to gain the knowledge that they need for the college algebra subjects in order for them to prepare for board exam. Although, na postpone po yung board exam, kailangan pa rin natin i-remind or ipaalala sa mga estudyante yung mga subjects nila para at least pag nag-review sila sa Manila, medyo familiarize pa rin sila dun sa mga subjects na to. No? So, let's start. Okay, so we have here formula to be recalled, yung law of exponents, law of radicals, common logarithms or Briggson's logarithm. So hindi ko na siya babasahin isa-isa, no, kasi mahirap magbasa ng mga letters at numbers. Pero para doon sa mga nanonood, you can download the file dun sa link. Naka-worded problem, naka-word naman siya, or either i-PDF ko para at least ma-download ninyo, no? Dito mismo sa link ng video na to, ilalagay ko siya para ma-download ninyo for your reference na rin, as well as for your lecture pag kayo ay nag-review, no? Balang araw. So yan, law of exponents, laws of radicals, common logarithm and Briggson's logarithm, natural logarithm or appearance logarithm, quadratic equation, quadratic formula, properties of roots, discriminants. Si discriminants is used for identifying yung roots kung siya ba ay equal, real or unequal, or either imaginary number. Si quadratic equations naman, ito naman yung pinakasikat sa college algebra. No? Si ax squared plus bx plus c. Tapos si quadratic formula, which is identifying the roots, yung value ng x is equivalent kay negative b plus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. No? Okay, so we have also Pascal triangle na discuss din sa college algebra. Si Pascal triangle is a way of expanding the expression, no? Expanding the binomial expression. Okay, we have here also the sum of coefficient, formula for sum of coefficient, and formula for coefficient of the terms containing x raised to n minus m, y raised to m. We have also binomial theorem. Si binomial theorem, paki-familiarize po ito at itong nandito. Usually, yan po, lumalabas din po yan sa board exam. No? Yung mga find the 8th term, 2nd term, yan. So, magagamit natin yung binomial theorem. No? So, we have here also theory of equations, si remainder theorem at saka si factor theorem. We have here also partial fraction and factoring. So, si partial fraction is yung pag-identify ng value ni A, B, C, hanggang E. May E pa yan eh. Then, we have here also factoring, yung way ng pag-factor. We have here common factor, difference of two squares, perfect square, trinomial, and we have here factoring by group. we need also to recall the formulas for proportions and variations. Si proportions and variations is underworded problems din naman siya. Pero, yun nga, kailangan mo ma-identify kung ano ba yung sinasabing varies directly, varies inversely, no? Si varies directly, multiplied lang po yun. Si varies inversely, division naman po yung operation niya. Then, we need also to recall the formula for progression. Ito si arithmetic progression, si geometric progression, and si harmonic progression is madalas to dinidiscuss din sa review center. At madalas may mga 1 or 2 problems na lumalabas sa board exam. So, you need to recall it. No? Sayang din yung 2 points kung sakali. Okay, so we have here also worded problems. Ito madalas na lumalabas sa board exam, no? Si worded problems. We have here digit problems, age problems, motion problems, work problems, mixture problems, clock problems. So you need to familiarize kung paano yan, kung ano yung mga formulas na nandyan, and also kung paano yan isosolve. So, ngayon, magsasample problem tayo ng mga topics na nadaanan natin sa algebra para at least ma-recall kayo, ito pala, ganito, topic pala, ganyan. Then, magbibigay din ako ng mga pointers or siguro advice para pagdating sa board exam, no? Habang tayo ay nagdi-discuss ng mga problem. Okay, so we have here sample problem. We have exponential equation. So, yan. Yan ako para makita ninyo yung solution. So, we have here problem number 1. We have 2e raised to x is equivalent kay 10. To solve the value of x, we need to transfer the 2 dun sa kabila. We have here e raised to x is equivalent kay 10 all over 2. Therefore, e raised to x is equivalent kay 5. To remove the value of e, so we need to multiply this equation by ln. Okay? ln. So, pag minultiply natin yan ng ln, we have here ln e raised to x is equivalent kay ln 5. And loss of logarithmic expansion, yung sa Laplace logarithm na to. So, we all know that ln e raised to x is equivalent kay x lang, no? So, we can say na itong value nito is x equals ln 5. Therefore, the value of x is equivalent kay ln 5. Minsan, kapag sa board exam, since multiple choice siya, tapos nag-solve kayo, hindi lumalabas yung ln 5, try to gawin yung numbers or naka-decimal places to, no? So, you need to use your calculator lang. Lagay nyo lang ln 5. So, ang value niyan is equivalent kay 1.6094. So, ito po yung sagot natin, or either itong ln 5 na yan, no? For exam purpose, I always required my students to box their final answer para pag checking, madali na lang siya, no? Pero syempre, kapag board exam, which is time pressured plus ang daming items na kailangang isolve, you don't need to write this solution, no? As much as possible, kung kaya nyo naman siyang i-calculate lang, i-calculate nyo lang, no? Pero syempre, make sure na tama yung pag-calculate ninyo. Okay? Yung mga ganitong problem, usually, siniship solve lang to. So, you can use your calculator. Lagay nyo lang 2 e raised to x is equivalent kay 10. Then, ship solve. Lalabas yung value ni x. No? Okay. Next problem tayo. So, we have here 6 raised to x plus 10 equals 47. Okay. Halos same process lang din. No? So, we have here 6 raised to x plus 10 equals 47. Find the value of x. So, ngayon, 6 raised to x is equivalent kay 47 minus 10. Then, 6 raised to x is equivalent kay 37. Then, para matanggal natin yung exponent x at maging x na lang po yan, we need only to multiply ln ulit. So, we have here ln 6 raised to x is equivalent kay ln 37. Then, we all know that na itong value nito, ln 6 raised to x is equivalent kay x ln 6 din. No? So, we can write it as x ln 6 is equivalent kay ln 37. Ito po ay dun sa properties, dun sa mga formulas, check nyo lang po. No? Bakit naging ganito siya? Yung ln 6 raised to x, bakit naging x ln 6? No? Nandun lang naman siya sa mga properties and sa laws of exponents and logarithm. Okay, so we have here x ln 6 is equivalent kay ln 37. So to find the value of x, we could say that x is equivalent kay ln 37 all over ln 6. Therefore, solve nyo lang po yan sa calculator. We have here ln 37 all over ln 6. So, lalabas, we have here 2.015. 2.015. So, ito po yung sagot. Okay? Next problem po tayo. So, sample problems, solve the logarithm equation algebraically. So, again, finding the value of x. Okay? Ito yung mahirap sa college algebra, no? Yung madalas, ang hinahanap natin ay yung value ng x. No? Na madalas, alam natin yung value ng x, wala na dapat yun eh. No? Pero kailangan natin hanapin siya sa algebra. So, let's continue. We have here ln for x is equal to 1. Okay, in solving this appearance logarithm, so we need to multiply it by e. No? So, pag binultiply natin siya ng e, magiging e raised to ano na yan? ln for x e raised to 1. No? Yun yung kaibahan naman nung kanina. So, kapag tayo nag-multiply ng e sa equation natin, magiging exponent po yung value. No? So, we can say that e ln for x is equivalent kay e raised to 1. No? Then, we all know that e ln for x, ito naman is under ng properties naman ng logarithm ulit. Magiging 4x na lang po yan. No? Is equivalent kay e raised to 1. Then, therefore, the value of x will be x is equivalent kay e all over 4. The value of x is equivalent kay, kung na numbers natin siya, i-figure natin. E all over 4 is equivalent kay 6796. 0.6796. Ito po yung value niya. Okay? So, medyo madali lang siya. Pero yun nga, mas madali is i-calculate lang siya. No? So, lalabas naman po yan kapag kinalculate. Sheep solve nyo lang. Pero syempre, nung mga nakaraang board exam, may issue yung sheep solve na calculator, parang pinapatanggal ni PRC. So, if hindi ka marunong nito at nag-aasa ka lang sa sheep solve, siyempre, possibility, hindi mo masasolve yung problem. Pero kung medyo familiar ka pa rin sa mga properties na to, ng logarithm, ng exponents, at ng appearance logarithm, siyempre, masasolve mo yung problem nang hindi gumagamit ng sheep solve. Pero kung allowed naman siya sa board exam, di ba? Gamitin nyo. Okay? Pero for the purpose ng exam sa klase, you need to show the solution kapag sa instructor di ba? So, you need to be familiarized or you need to understand kung paano i-solve yung problem na ganito by showing it yung tamang solution nyo, no? Okay, next problem. We have here 3 ln 5x is equivalent kay 10. 3 ln 5x is equivalent kay 10. Okay, all we need is to transfer this 3 dun sa kabila. Ln 5x is equivalent kay 10 all over 3. Then, ngayon, multiply ulit natin ng e. Therefore, e raised to ln 5x is equivalent kay e raised to 10 all over 3. Then, lalabas ito ay magiging 5x na lang po itong nandito equals e raised to 10 all over 3. Then, para matanggal yung 5, ilipat mo sa kabila, x is equivalent kay e raised to 10 all over 3 all over 5. Or x is equivalent kay, pwede na itong sagot, pero kung wala sa choices yan, try to find the figure number. E raised to 10 over 3 over 5. So we have here 5.6062. 63. Ito po yung sagot. Okay? Okay. So let's proceed to another problem. So ngayon, factor naman tayo. Factoring. Okay, so si factoring, yung binigay kong formula, may mga ways ng pag-solve ng pag-factor, no? Minsan dinidivide natin or either ginagamitan natin ng factoring by group or either gamitan natin siya ng yung binanggit kanina, factor, partial, square root, binomial, yung common factor, no? So, yun. Pero usually, ginagamit ko is factoring by group, no? So, let's proceed to factor the following: x cubed minus 2x squared minus 3x plus 6x. Okay. When it comes to factoring, kailangan i-simplify mo muna yung algebraic expression. As much as possible, wala ka na dapat magamit na operations. For this problem, this 3x and yung 6x is same variables, no? So we can perform the operation dito. So we need to simplify it first. So ngayon, x cubed minus 2x squared. Ito, pag pinagsama yan, magiging positive 3x. Then, tsaka ka mag-factor, no? So, by factoring, pwede nating ilabas yung value ni x dito sa equation natin. So, x multiplied by x squared minus 2x plus 3. So, yan. After mo mahiwalay yung x, try to think of any other options na kung makakapag-factor ka pa. So, try to check x squared minus 2x plus 3 kung makakapag-factor ka. So, we could use 3 times 1, makakalabas yung 3. Tapos, 3 minus 1 is lalabas yung 2. Pero kung isipin mo, pag positive, negative yon, dapat negative po yung nandito. So, hindi siya pwedeng i-factor. Tama? So, lalabas, ito na po mismo yung pinaka-factored solution ng algebraic expression, which is x cubed minus 2x squared minus 3x plus 6x. Right? Next tayo, yung 6x cubed minus 2x naman tayo. Okay, we have here 6x cubed minus 2x plus 3x squared minus 1. Usually, kapag tayo ay nag-aano ng algebraic expression, we need it to arrange into chronological order. So, ngayon, i-arrange muna natin 6x cubed plus 3x squared minus 2x minus 1. Then, tsaka mag-perform ng kung ano yung convenient sa inyo na way na pag-factor. For me, I used to factor it by grouping. No, i-group ko muna siya by 6x cubed plus 3x squared. Pagsasamahin ko yan. minus 2x plus 1. Tama ba? 2x plus 2x times negative times 2x is negative 2x. Negative times positive 1 is negative 1. So, ngayon, dyan ako magpa-factor, no? So, I could remove the value of 3x squared dito sa value na to. So, pag nilabas ko yung 3x squared, tama ba magiging, ano na lang to, 2x plus 1 minus, ito ay walang malalabas dyan, 2x plus 1. Then, pagsamahin mo, ito at yung dito. Di ba may 1 yan? So, we could say na 3x squared minus 1 times 2x plus 1. So, yan po yung magiging final answer natin. No? So, if you want to double check your answer, you could multiply this 3x squared minus 1 into 2x plus 1. Then, kapag naglabas yung ganitong sagot, ibig sabihin, tama yung ginawa nyo. No? It's just for the checking part lang naman. No? Okay. So, tapos na tayo ng number 1, number 2. So, let's proceed to number 3. Yung perks, kumbaga yung, hindi naman siya perks, yung disadvantage ng online class, yun nga, ang disadvantage ng online class, hindi na nalaman ng prof kung naintindihan agad yung klase, no? May mga bagay na kailangan kasing on real time makapag-ask yung estudyante kung naintindihan niya ba yung problem, yung mag-address niya ng problem or yung questions niya is hindi niya ma-address agad-agad. Syempre, pag ganyan, medyo ang estudyante is naiilang din magtanong sa mga prof, no? Maliban na lang kung yung estudyante is talagang kumbaga Jollibee, bida-bida, na bida ang saya. So, yun. May mga prof din naman kasi na minamasama yung laging tanong-tanong ng estudyante kapag online, no? Pero kaya mahirap din mag-adjust ngayong pandemic. Pero yun nga, let's proceed na lang tayo dun sa problem number 3. We have here 2x cubed. 2x cubed minus x squared minus 6x plus 3. Okay, so ganun pa rin yung gagawin natin by group. So pagsasamahin ko si 2x cubed minus x squared minus, pagsasamahin ko yung 6x minus 3. Okay? So, 2x cubed ito, minus x squared. Nilabas ko yung negative. So, 6x times negative is negative 6x. Negative times negative 3 is positive 3x. Okay? So, we have here, dito sa value na to, pwede kong ilabas si x squared, no? So, x squared multiplied by 2x minus 1. Minus, dito sa value na to, pwede kong ilabas yung 3. So, 3 multiplied by 2x minus 1. Therefore, we could say that x squared minus 3 multiplied by 2x minus 1 is the factor of 2x cubed minus 2x cubed minus x squared minus 6x plus 3. Then, kung multiple choice po yung exam tapos hindi nyo pa rin ito makita, check nyo kung may factor pa tayo. So, we could factor the x squared minus 3. No? So, we could say that the factor of x squared minus 3 is x plus the square root of 3 times x minus the square root of 3 times 2x minus 1. Pwede rin tong sagot, tama? So, kung saan po yung makita nyo dun sa choices, yun na yung sagot, di ba? Pero kung makita nyo yung pareho yan sa choices, malamang may error po ang examiner. Try to ask, no? Kung, sir, baka may nagkamali lang. Oh, no? Okay? Let's proceed to another problem. I am trying to make the video lang short. And also, parang classroom setup lang din. Di ba pag sa face-to-face class, yung 3 hours na discussion ng teacher, madalas ang nangyayari dyan. 2 hours flex ng teacher, 2 hours, 2 hours kwento ng teacher, at mga chismisan, 1 hour lang yung discussion. Pero dito, I preferred na isalpak lahat kasi yung knowledge ng college algebra. No? So, medyo, mabilisan tayo. Okay, so we have here, simplify the following binomials, 2x squared plus 2y cubed raised to 5. So, we have here 2x squared plus 2y cubed raised to 5. Usually, kapag mga ganyang problem, pag hindi medyo pamilyar yung estudyante, ang ginagawa niya is multiply ng multiply. 2x squared plus 2y cubed times 2x squared plus 2y cubed. Tapos, i-multiply niya itself, di ba? Para maging x raised to 4 na yon. Para maging 4 na yon. Tapos, mag-multiply ka ulit ng 2x squared plus 2y cubed para maging 5. Pero medyo laborious po yung ganong situation, no? At saka, prone po yun sa error na baka magkamali ka dun sa process, along the process ng iyong pag-solve. Pero, pag mga ganitong problem, we could use Pascal triangle in solving this problem, no? So, kapag raised to 5, we could say that pag raised to 5, we have here 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, and 1. So, yan po yung Pascal triangle niya. Now, di ba yung Pascal triangle is 1? 1 is to 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, then 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. So, ito po yung 5, 5, ito ay 4, ito ay 3, 2, 1, and 0. No? Okay. So, let's proceed in solving this equation. So, we could say that kapag nagpa-Pascal triangle tayo, ito, ilalagay lang natin dun sa, ito yung magiging parang coefficient na niya no? So, we could say that equals to 1 multiplied by, first is 2x squared quantity raised to 5. Multiplied by this 2y cubed raised to 0 naman siya. So, kung any number raised to 0 is 1. So, hindi na natin siya ilalagay, no? Plus, the next coefficient is the 5. So, 5 dito. Multiplied by 2x squared. So, since 5 itong nandito, mag-minus 1 lang tayo. Decreasing yung value ng ditong part. While yung ditong part is magiging increasing naman siya. No? So, ito ay magiging 4. Multiplied tayo ng 2y cubed raised to 1. No? Then, plus 10 tayo times 2x squared raised to 3. 2y. Medyo pangit yung sulat ng ballpen. Ng pen. 3, 2y cubed raised to 2 plus 10 times 2x raised to 2 raised to 2 multiplied by 2y cubed raised to, kung ito ay 2, mag-increase siya, magiging 3. No? Plus 5 times 2x squared raised to 1 times 2y cubed raised to 4 plus 1 times 2y cubed raised to 5. Okay, then simplify the value. So, 2 raised to 5 is equivalent kay 32. Tama? 32 ata to. So, kalkin natin para at least alam natin. 2 raised to 5 is 32. Okay, so 32 x raised to 2 times 5 is 10 plus 2 raised to 4 times 5. 5 times 2 raised to 4 equals 80. So, we have here, times 4 pa pala, times 2. Times 2. So, we have here 160. 5 times 2 raised to 4 times 2 is 160. X raised to 2 times 4, 8. Then, y, 3. Plus, 2 raised to cube, tapos 2 raised to 2, tapos 10. So, solve na lang natin. 10 times 2 cube times 2 squared. So, we have here 320 plus 320 x 2 tapos 3, 6. Tapos y raised to 6 plus ito, we have here 10 times 2 squared 2 raised to 3. So, lalabas yan ay 320 rin. X raised to 4, y raised to cube, 3 to, 3, tapos 3 to. So, we have here 9 plus ito, pag pinagsama yan, tama pareho lang siya nito. So, lalabas yan ay 160 x squared y 3 tapos 4, 12 plus 2y 32 plus 32y 5 times 3 is 15. So, double check natin 320, 32 x raised to 10 plus 160 x raised to 8 y raised to cube plus 320 x raised to 6 y raised to 6 plus 320 x raised to 4 y raised to 9 plus 160 x raised to 2 y raised to 12 plus 32 y raised to 15. So, ito po yung magiging answer natin. Ito. Sa baba na to. Okay? Yan po. Okay, so let's proceed to number 2 para mas maintindihan natin, no? The more example na nagsosolve tayo and the more problems na tayo ay nakakapag-solve, mas natatandaan natin yung paano siya i-solve. Pero yun nga, sabi nga, sa engineering talaga, sa dami-dami ng nire-review mo, kahit nag-aral ka pa, usually, hirap pa rin talaga ipasa yung exam, no? Okay, so we have here 2x squared plus xy squared raised to 4. Okay? So, 2x squared plus xy squared raised to 4. We all know na kapag raised to 4 is yung kanina, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1 yung Pascal triangle niya, no? So, we could say that equals 1 times 2x squared raised to 4 plus 4 multiplied by 2x squared quantity cube multiplied by x, y squared plus 6 times 2x squared multiplied by 2 by squared times x, y squared raised to 2 plus 4 times 2x squared times x, y squared quantity raised to cube plus 1 times x, y squared quantity raised to 4. Okay? So, we all know that 2 raised to 4 is equivalent kay 16. So, we have here 16. X raised to 2 times 4 is 8. Then, we have here plus 2 cube is 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 4. We have here 32. No? Plus 32 x squared tapos naka-cube. So, 2 times 3 is 6. Plus, may 1 ka dito. So, we have here 7 y squared. Plus, ito, 2 times 2 is 4, times 6 is 24. 24x raised to 4, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Y raised to 4. Plus, ito, we have here 8. X raised to, ito ay magiging x cube, kasi nga may cube to, x cube plus yung 2, so 5. Y raised to 6 plus x raised to 4, y raised to 8. Double check natin. So we have here 16x squared, x cubed, x8, 16x raised to 8 plus 32x raised to 7, y squared plus 24, x raised to 6, y raised to 4 plus 8 raised to x 5, y raised to 6 plus x raised to 4, y raised to 8. Okay, so yan po yung sagot natin. Medyo masilaw. Okay? Okay, so kapag mga ganitong problem naman na binomial na expansion, usually nilalagyan lang natin ng value yung x and y, no? So lagyan lang natin ng maliit na value yung x tapos malaking value yung y, no? Kasi si x wala namang value dapat yan. So, pero yun, kapag tayo nagsosolve, kapag multiple choice po yan, lagay mo lang x is 1, tapos y is 3. Tapos dun sa mga choices, ilagay nyo din yung value ng x and y. Kapag sino po yung magpareho ng sagot doon, malamang yun po yung binomial expansion niya. No? Okay? Next tayo. Okay, next. Okay, next is find the third term, the middle term, sum of exponents, sum of coefficient using the given formula. Usually, kapag nag-exam po tayo sa board exam, may mga problems dun na 3 in 1, no? May 1 in 3 pala. 1 question, 3 yung, 1 situation, 3 yung problems na kailangan mong ma-solve, no? So, yun. Mas maganda nga yun kasi nga, sa isang problem lang, makakapag 3 points ka na, di ba? So, in this problem, we have here finding the third term, middle term, sum of exponents and sum of coefficients. So, apat po yung hinahanap dyan, no? So, let's try to solve the first equation, algebraic equation. Number 1, we have here 2x squared plus 2y cube raised to 2y cube raised to 5. Okay. So, to find the middle term, di ba we have formula or the R term of expression which is, i-recall ko lang ha, R term is equivalent kay n factorial multiplied by x raised to n minus 1 plus r, n minus r plus 1 pala. N minus r plus 1 y raised to r minus 1 all over n minus r plus 1 multiplied by r minus 1 factorial. No? Or we could use the formula n cr multiplied by x raised to n minus r plus 1 y raised to r minus 1. Dun sa binigay kong formula, no? So, using this formula, makakapag-solve tayo ng third term at saka middle term. Okay? So, kapag raised to 5, usually, kapag odd numbers po yung exponent dito, makakapag-identify tayo ng middle term. So, sabihin natin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Diba? So, identify natin na yung middle is yung third, yung number 3. Also, same din siya sa third term. So, ito yung third term, at the same time, siya din yung middle term. Tama? Kapag naman odd numbers, for example, hanggang 4 lang. Kapag ganyan, di ba ang middle term daw ay nasa gitna. Tama? Pero wala naman tayong 2.5 term. Di ba? So, usually, ang ginagawa daw po, kapag ganyan po yung situation, we use the R over 2 plus 1. N over 2 plus 1 pala. N over 2 plus 1. So, 4 divide 2 plus 1 tayo. No? Para ma-identify yung middle term. So, usually, lalabas ito yung third term. Malamang ito din yung magiging middle term kasi plus 1. No? Pero for me, wala ang middle term pag mga ganitong bagay. No? So, siguro, i-arrange na lang sa exam. No? Kapag even numbers, dapat hindi na kailangan maghanap ng middle term. Usually, kapag mga odd numbers ng exponents. Pero balik tayo dun sa problem. So, we have here 2x squared plus 2y cubed raised to 5. So, gagamitan ko siya ng yung may c, no? Okay. So, identify natin yung n. C r minus 1 times x raised to n minus r plus 1 multiplied by y raised to r minus 1. So, yun yung formula natin. Okay, so we identified the n as yung exponents na given dito. So, we could see that 5, C, R is yung term na hinahanap. So, kung third term yan, we have here 3 minus 1 times yung x. Ang x natin is itong nandito. At ang y natin ay itong nandito. Okay? So, yung x natin is 2x squared. N is 5 minus 3 plus 1. Yung y natin is ito, 2y cubed. 3 minus 1. Then, ilagay niyo po sa calculator yan, lalabas na po yung sagot. No? Kapag tayo ay naglagay ng ganyan sa calculator, hindi na po natin nilalagay yung x squared at saka yung y cubed. Okay? So, paglagay natin sa calculator, quantity 5, combination ng 3 minus 1 is 2 agad. No? Ituto ko na. Times 2 raised to 5 minus 3 plus 1 multiplied by 2 again raised to 3 minus 1. So, we have here the value of 320. So, 320. Then, lagay nyo lang yung x squared dito. Yung may x ka dyan. Yung x squared, ito muna isolve mo. 5 minus 3 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Times nitong, so 3 yan. So, x squared cube. So, 2 times 3 is 6. Then, y, dito, cube to, tapos 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. So, therefore, this will be your third term plus yung middle term, no? Na hinahanap. So, we have here 320, x raised to 6, y raised to 6. Ito po yung third term and middle term dun sa problem. Okay? Ngayon, sum of exponent tayo. Sum of exponent is equivalent kay. So, we have here the formula of sum of exponent as n times n plus 1 times the average exponent. Nakalagay din po yan dun sa formula, no, na nare-recall natin kanina. So, we all know that the value of n is 5. Yung average exponent na lang ang kailangan yung identify. So, solve natin para at least makita nyo. So, we have here sum of exponent is equivalent kay 5 multiplied by 5 plus 1 Average exponent is the exponent within the algebraic expression. So, we have here 2 and 3. No? So, yan yung average exponent na sinasabi. So, we could say na 2, para makuha yung average, 2 plus 3 all over 2. Therefore, pag kinalculate natin yan, we have here 5 times 5 plus 1 multiplied by 5 all over 2. So, we have here 75. So, this will be your answer for the sum of exponent. So, pag pinag-plus mo lahat ng exponent dun sa equation, makakabuo ka ng 75. No? Okay. For the sum of coefficient naman, sum of coefficient is equivalent kay formula is ax plus by raised to n. Okay? Then, iba rin yung formula kapag may whole number lang. Kumbaga, 2x minus 3. So, whole number yung 3. Another formula po yun. Pero kapag may x and y ka sa iyong equation, ito po yung magiging formula natin. No? Ax plus by raised to n. No? So, si a at si b ang kailangan lang natin lagyan ng value. Kung ano yung whole number ng ax at ng by, yun po yung ilalagay natin. So, to get the sum of coefficient, we have here, the value of ax will be the 2. Itong 2 to. Plus, another, for the by is itong 2 lang din dito. Yung whole number dyan. 2 raised to, n is equivalent kay 5. So, lalabas dyan, we have here, 2 plus 2 is 4 raised to 5. Is equivalent kay 1,024. So, kapag pinag-plus mo po yung coefficient number, di ba yung coefficient is yung, for example, 5x squared plus 2x plus 3. Yung coefficient po dyan is yung 5, yung 2, at yung 3. No? Yung exponent naman na sinasabi, yung 2, yung 1. So, ngayon, pag sinabing sum of coefficient, ibig sabihin, pinagpa-plus yung ito. Pero, syempre, the sign convention will matter. For example, ito ay negative 2x squared minus 2y. So, lalabas, negative yan. Dapat, minus din to. 2 plus negative 2. No? So, yun. Okay, next problem tayo. Problem number 2. Okay, number 2 tayo. For problem number 2, we have here 2x squared plus xy squared raised to 4. So, halos siya, same, yung problem kanina is same lang nung sa sinolve natin kanina, di ba? So, you can, yung sa una-una, yung sa letter D, di ba? So, try nyong ipagpa-plus yung mga numbers doon kung lalabas yung 1,024 at yung exponents doon kung lalabas yung 75. No? So, dito naman sa problem na to, 2x squared plus xy squared raised to 4. Itong problem na to, halos pareho lang siya, di ba? So, doon sa sinolve nyo kaninang expansion, try nyo i-solve yung sum of coefficient and sum of exponent by adding yung mga exponents and by adding yung coefficient, no? Para ma-double check nyo kung tama yung ginagawa natin dito. Okay, for problem number 2, we have here 2x squared plus xy squared quantity raised to 4. So, to identify the middle term is, yun nga, n over 2 plus 1. So, lalabas yun yung pang-tatlo. Same din siya sa third term, no? So, ang hanapin na lang natin dyan is yung third term, actually, dun sa number 2. So, to find the third term is halos pareho lang din ng ginawa natin kanina. We have the formula n cr minus 1 multiplied by x raised to n minus r plus 1 y raised to r minus 1. Okay? So, we have here n, which is 4, combination, which is 3 minus 1, multiplied by x. Ang value ng x natin is 2x squared, n, which is 4 minus 3 plus 1. Value ng y is x, y squared raised to 3 minus 1. Okay? So, ngayon, solve natin to. So, we have here, pag isa-solve yan, yan ginawa natin kanina, 4 combination of 3 minus 1 is 2 times 2, itong pong value na to, raised to 4 minus 3 plus 1 multiplied by 1 raised to 2. Ito kasi ay 1, no? Raised to 2. So, we have here 24. So, we have 24. The value of x, so, ngayon, yung x nang hanapin natin, x squared to. So, we have here 4 minus 3 is 1 plus 1 is 2. So, 2 times 2 is 4. Pero dito, meron ka pang x ulit. So, 3 minus 1 is 2. So, magiging x squared lang nandito. Tapos, meron ka ditong x raised to 4. So, 4 plus 2 will be 6. X raised to 6. Then, we have here y raised to 2. Tapos, 2 lang dito raised to 4. Therefore, the value of the third term for the given expression 2x squared plus xy squared raised to 4 is equivalent kay 24 x raised to 6 y raised to 4. Okay? Okay. By the way, sabi ko nga kanina din, yung sign convention dito is magmamatter din po dito ha. Kung halimbawa negative po ito, lagay nyo din na negative yan nanditong part. No? Then try kung maging, kapag square to, malamang magiging positive to. Kapag naka-even odd numbers naman to, negative pa rin siya. So therefore, the value will be negative nandito. No? Okay. So, ngayon, solve natin yung sum of coefficient and sum of exponents. So, sum of coefficient, sum of exponent pala muna. Sum of exponent is equivalent kay n times n plus 1 times the average exponent. Tama? So, we have here 4 times 4 plus 1 times the average exponents. The average exponent will be yung exponents nito. So, we have here 2 plus, meron akong 1 at meron akong 2. So, magiging 3 yan. 3 all over 2. Therefore, equivalent yan kay 4 times 4 plus 1 times 2 plus 3 all over 2. So, we have here 50. 50. Okay? For the sum of coefficient, we have here ax plus by raised to n. Therefore, we have here 2, ito, whole number is 2, plus yung 1 dito, may 1 ka dito, di ba? Raised to 4. Therefore, 3 raised to 4 is equivalent kay 81. So, we have here 81 sum of coefficient, no? So, try nyo i-add yung mga sagot mo dito, para makita nyo yung sagot natin na 81 tsaka 50, no? Okay. So, let's proceed. Another topic. So, find the coefficient of the term containing, ito, may specific na hinahanap lang. Specific term based dun sa exponents niya. Okay, so we have here, find the coefficient of the term containing x raised to 8, y raised to 8 of the binomial 2x squared plus y squared quantity raised to 12. Ang hahanapin mo ay yung may value na x raised to 8 and y raised to 8. So we have here the formula for specific term na k is equivalent kay n factorial all over n minus m factorial m factorial multiplied by ax raised to n minus m y by raised to m. Okay? So, we have the formula. Ngayon naman, hanapin natin kung ano yung m, ano yung n, di ba? Usually, yung n is the 12 here. Pero yung m is malamang hahanapin natin yan, no? So, usually dun sa equation kasi di ba kanina, we have here x raised to n minus m y raised to m. Tapos ito yung equation niya. Pero syempre, identifying the value of m, syempre ito ay may 2. So, lalabas, kung ito ay 2, tapos ito ay 8, dapat magiging value ng m is ganito. So, we have here 2m is equivalent kay 8. No? Kasi nga, di ba ito, m to. Pero may 2 ako dito sa una-una. No? So, nang nangyari, kaya yan naging 8, ibig sabihin 2 times m yan. So, para makuha ko yung value ng m, kailangan ko i-multiply ng 2 para makuha ko itong 8. No? So, we have ito. Therefore, 2m is equivalent kay 8. Ito yon, yung 8 na yon. No? Then, lalabas, we have here 2 raised to n minus m, which is para dito din, is equivalent kay 8. Therefore, para makuha yung value ng n minus m is equivalent kay 4, then dito, m is equivalent kay 4 din. Okay? So, ngayon, meron akong value ng n minus m, meron din akong value ng m. Ngayon, ito ilalagay natin dito sa formula na to. Okay? So, we have here k is equivalent kay n factorial. The n factorial will be 12 factorial all over the value of n minus m is equivalent kay 4. So, we have here 4 factorial multiplied by the value of m, which is 4 ulit. 4 factorial times si ax. Ang ax natin dito ay itong 2x squared dito. So, we have here 2x squared quantity n minus m is equivalent kay 4. Tama ba? Multiplied by by. Ang by natin is yung y squared. Raised to m. Ang value ng m natin ay 4. Tama? Okay, double check natin ha. K is equivalent kay, kunin ko muna yung mga whole number dyan. We have here 12 factorial. Sabi yung factorial. 12 factorial over 4 factorial times 4 factorial times 2 raised to 4. So, we have here 1, 3, 3, 0, 5, 6, 0, 0 na coefficient. Then, we could see that x squared times yung 4 is 8. Tama? Tapos y, 2 times 4 is 8. Tama bang nakuha natin yung value ng x raised to 8 and y raised to 8, which is yung pinapahanap na yan? Okay. So, kung nakuha natin yan, therefore, the coefficient na hinahanap is yung 1, 3, 3, 0, 5, 6, 0, 0 na to. Ito yung sagot na kailangan natin. No? Yan po yung coefficient. Okay? Okay. Hirap na tanong kasi video to. Diba? Okay, so, I do hope na nag-gets nyo yung point ko dito. No? Okay? So, let's proceed to number 2. Okay, number 2. We have here 3x plus 2y raised to 6. Tapos ang pinapahanap ay yung may term na x cube y cube. Okay, x cube, y cube. So, to find the value, identified agad natin, since wala namang squared nung nandito, wala, 1 siya, 1. So, therefore, m is equivalent kay 3, n minus m minus n minus m is equivalent kay 3 din. Tama? Kasi walang value yung exponent dito. 1, 1, no? Okay? So, therefore, lagay ulit natin sa formula, k is equivalent kay n factorial over n minus m quantity factorial times m factorial multiplied by a x raised to n minus m by pala, by raised to m. Okay, so ngayon, lalabas, we have here k is equivalent kay n factorial, which is 6 factorial all over n minus m, which is 3 factorial m 3 factorial. Ax is 3x raised to 3 times 2y raised to 3. Therefore, k is equivalent kay 6 factorial all over 3 factorial 3 factorial multiplied by 3 factorial times 3 cube times 2 cube. So we have here 4,320 x raised to cube y raised to cube. So the coefficient na hinahanap natin is 4,320. Okay? Okay, so let's proceed to another problem ulit tayo. So marami na tayo napagdaan na problema. So we have exponential, yung logarithm, tapos yung appearance logarithm nadaanan natin. Yung factoring nadaanan na din natin. Yung binomial theorem, Pascal triangle, nadaanan na din natin, di ba? So ngayon, at ito binomial coefficient. So wait lang. Let's proceed to determining the values of A, B, C, and D of the following partial fractions. So, partial fractions naman tayo ngayon. No? So, kapag nag-solve tayo ng partial fraction, kailangan natin i-factor out muna natin yung denominator bago tayo mag-identify ng value ng A, B, C, or E kung aabot pa niya hanggang E. No? So, we have here, number 1, x plus 2 all over x squared minus 7x plus 12. Okay, so we could factor this x squared minus 7x plus 12 by x minus 4, x minus 3. So, negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Then, negative 3 plus negative 4 is negative 7. So, we could say that dito na lang, x plus 2 all over x minus 3, x minus 4 muna, x minus 4 times x minus 3 equals a all over x minus 4 plus b all over x minus 3. So, yan yung magiging partial fraction natin. So, ang pinapahanap na value dyan is yung a and yung b. Okay? So, to solve it, so we have here x plus 2, nire-rewrite ko lang, all over x minus 4 times x minus 3 equals a all over x minus 4 plus b all over x minus 3. Then we multiply it by this equation times x minus 4, x minus 3. Therefore, x plus 2 is equivalent kay a multiplied by x minus 3 plus b x minus 4. Okay? So, madali lang na. Pero kapag, ito kasi itong solution ko is parang spoon feed to eh. One by one yung solution. Pero kapag medyo sanay ka na rin naman, you don't need to write this thing. Pwede ka nang magsulat nitong diretsyo na to. No? Pagkakita mo nitong problem na to, nitong equation na to, pagkakita mo niyan, ay, ito yan. Diretsyo ka agad dito. No? Pero depende rin sa'yo. No? Just be careful lang kapag tayo ay nagsisolve. No? Okay, so we have here x plus 2 is equal to ax plus a times x minus 3 plus b times x minus 4. So to get the value of a, let's say x is equivalent kay 4. Pag nilagay mo na ang value ni x ay 4, tama ba magiging 0 to? 4 minus 4 is 0, so 0 yung b. So lalabas, we have here x plus 2 is equivalent kay a times x minus 3. Therefore, we have here 4 plus 2 is equivalent kay a times 4 minus 3. Therefore, 6 is equivalent kay a. Okay? Then, to get the value of b naman, let's say x is equivalent kay 3. Para ma-0 tong nanditong part. So, we have here x plus 2 is equivalent kay b times x minus 4. So, we have here 3 plus 2 is equivalent kay b times 3 minus 4. b is equivalent kay negative 5. Okay? Negative 5 kasi negative 1 to. So, negative b is equivalent kay 5. So, transpose mo yung negative sa kabila. Negative 5. Ito. Okay? Di ba madali lang? Okay, next problem tayo. Problem number 2. Okay, for problem number 2, we have here 3x squared plus 8x plus 9. We have 3x squared minus 8 x plus 9 all over x minus 2 cube equals ito, kapag tayo nag-partial fraction based dun sa binigay kong formula, so we have here x minus 2 plus x minus 2 squared plus x minus 3, minus 2 cube. Yan po yung magiging equation natin. No? Then, A, B, C, D tayo. B, and C lang pala. A, B, C. Okay? So, ngayon, solve natin siya one by one. So, gaya nung sinabi ko nga, pag sanay ka na, you don't need to write na i-multiply mo pa siya ng x minus 3 cube siya. No, pwede mo na siyang i-diretsang rewrite as 3x squared minus 8x plus 9 is equivalent kay a times x minus 2 squared plus b times x minus 2 plus c. Tama? Okay, to get the value of c, so let's say that x is equivalent kay 2 agad. No? So, pag x is equivalent kay 2, so tanggal na yan. So, we have here 3x squared minus 8x plus 9 is equivalent kay c. Therefore, 3 times 2 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 9 is equivalent kay C. Therefore, C is equivalent kay 3 times 2 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 9. We have here 5. So, the value of C is 5. Okay? Ngayon naman, kailangan lang nating pagsamahin yung kung ano yung squared at yung may square dito, yun lang din yung ilalagay natin. No? So, dito, pwede kong sabihin 3x squared, tapos ang magkakaroon ng squared dito ay, tama bang, ito is x squared agad to, tama? So, pwede kong sabihin na 3x squared is equivalent kay ax squared. And then a is equivalent kay 3. A is equivalent kay 3 agad, no? Kasi tatanggal ko yung x squared. So, A is equivalent kay 3. Or kung gusto mong pahabain pa yung, pahirapan ang iyong sarili, you can expand this, no? Para, ano. So, I have the value of A and I have the value of C. To get the value of B, tama bang itong B na to is x, B times x is bx. So, kung ano yung may x dito is yung, yun din yung itatapat mo dito sa kabila. So, dito din, meron ka ding x, tama ba? So, kasi x minus 2, we have here x squared minus 4x minus plus 4, tama? So, itong 4x na to is masasama pa rin dun sa equation natin. So, let's say na negative 8x is equivalent kay negative 4ax plus bx. I do hope na nag-gets ninyo yung ginawa ko, ha. So, yun. Pag may tanong lang, mag-comment lang kayo dun sa video natin para ma-explain ko in detail pa kung hindi nyo nag-gets. Okay, so we have here negative 8x is equivalent kay negative 4ax plus bx. And we can cancel. Tanggalin natin yung x. Wala naman siyang silbi. Yung x. So, tanggalin na natin siya. So, negative 8 is equivalent kay negative 4 times the value of a, which is 3 ito. 3 plus b. Okay? So, transpose natin negative 8 plus, ito, pag tinranspose ko to, negative 12, dun sa kabila magiging plus 12 is equal to b. So, we have here 4 is equivalent kay b. Or, itong isulat siya as b is equal to 4. Pareho lang naman po yan, no? Transpose lang. So, I do hope na hanggang dito sa video na to is nasusundan pa ninyo. So, meron pa tayong mga susunod pa na video. Nasa 16 slides pa lang tayo, pang 16 slides. So, meron pa tayong hanggang 28 kasi yung slides, so meron pa tayong natitira, no? So, tapos na natin yung partial fraction. So, let's continue dun sa another video. Okay, so in this problem, in the equation of ax squared plus 14x, quadratic equation naman po tayo ngayon, no? So, identifying the value of, the roots or, roots na ba to? Yung mga roots nga. Wait lang, saan ako mag-charge? Wait lang po, charge ko lang po yung Okay, so let's proceed. So ngayon problem is finding the roots naman tayo. So under quadratic equation naman po. So, dyan sa problem number 1, in the equation ax squared plus 14x plus 12 is equal to 0, one root is 6 times the other root. What is the value of a? Change the board na lang. Masyadong nadumi na. Okay, so we have here in the equation ax squared, ax squared plus 14x plus 12 is equal to 0. Sabi dyan, one root is 6 times the other root. So, sabihin kong si R1 is the root 1 and R2 is the root 2. So, R1, root 1, R2 is root number 2. Sabi daw, yung isang root is 6 times the other root. So, I could say that R2 is 6 times ng R1 para masatisfy natin yung equation. Para mahanap natin yung value. Okay, so identified natin na sum of roots, di ba? Nakalagay doon sa formula, x1 plus x2 is the sum of roots, which is equivalent kay negative b all over a. Ito yung sum of roots. For the product of roots, we have formula x1 times x2 is equivalent kay c all over a. And the value of b and a and c is based dun sa quadratic formula, quadratic equation natin, no? Okay, so pagsasamahin ko So, sabi daw, meron tayong roots, yung isang roots daw is 6 times the other roots. So, I could say that x1 is the root 1 plus root 2 is equivalent kay negative b. So, tama bang tayo ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Yan yung quadratic formula natin. Quadratic equation pala. So, si b is yung 14. So, we have here negative 14 all over a, which is the unknown a. Then, identify natin na si R2 is equal to 6R1. So, R1 plus 6R1 is equivalent kay negative 14 all over A. Therefore, 7R1 is equivalent kay negative 14 all over A. Therefore, this will be our equation 1. Tama? Okay. So, next, proceed tayo dun sa product root. Okay. So, identify natin na si x1 is R1 and identify natin na si x2 is the R2. And we all know that R2 is 6R1. 6R1 is equivalent kay C. Ang value ng C natin dito, C is 12 over A. Okay? Then, we have here 6R squared is equivalent kay 12 over A. R1 to then R1 din to. Okay. Ngayon, ilagay nyo kung ano yung value. So, ito is equation 2. Okay na? So, pagkasamahin ko si equation 1 and equation 2 to get the value of A. Okay. So, pwede kong sabihin si R1 is, tatanggalin ko yung 7 dito, lilipat sa ilalim. So, lalabas yan ay, tignan ko muna, i-simplify ko pa to. So, we have here, R1 is equivalent kay negative 2 over A. Tama? So, this will be our equation 1. Erasing ko na to. So, equation 1 and equation 2. Okay, so pagsasamahin ko sa equation 1 and equation 2, so we have here 6R1 squared is equivalent kay 12 all over A. And we all know that the value of R1 is negative 2 over A. So, 6 times negative 2 over A squared is equivalent kay 12 all over A. Therefore, negative, positive pala. Ito ay magiging positive 4. 4 is equivalent kay, ito ay over A squared. Then ito ay magiging 2 over A na lang. Kasi yung 6 dito, yung nilagay ko sa ilalim, magiging 12 over 6. So, lalabas 2 over A. Yan, 2 over A. Then, lalabas, we have here 4A, which is equal to 2A squared. Cancel yung A. Lalabas, we have here 4 is equivalent kay 2A. Therefore, the value of A is equivalent kay 2. Okay? Okay. I do hope na hanggang ngayon naiintindihan nyo pa rin. So, yun. So, let's proceed to number 2. In the equation, x squared plus 11x plus 28 is equal to 0. One root is 3 more than the other root. So, kapag mga worded problem kasi, tips lang kapag worded problem, kailangan din marunong ka mag-comprehend ng problem, no? So, yung pag sinabing more than, ibig sabihin, mas marami. So, parang nag-plus ka nun. Kapag 6 times, ibig sabihin, nag-multiply ka nun. Diba? Same din dun sa mga is, was, were, kapag dating sa worded problem na. No? Yung mga age problem, may sinasabing is, was, were, na kung saan, kapag naka-past tense, ibig sabihin nakalipas yun, so mag-minus ka. No? Kapag naka-future tense naman, ibig sabihin mag-a-add ka ng, pag-a-add ka nun. No? Okay, so let's proceed to number 2. We have here equation x squared plus ano ba yan? 11x plus 20. 11x plus 28 is equal to 0. One root is 3 more than the other root. What are the roots of the equation? So, let's say that R1 is the first root. Then R2 is the second root. And we all know that R2 will be 3 more than R1. Okay? Or R1 plus 3. Parang po yan. Okay? So, again, balik ulit tayo dun sa formula na x1 plus x2 is equivalent kay negative b over a. And x1 times x2 is equivalent kay c all over a. So, we could say that R1 plus R2 is equivalent kay negative 11 over 1. Ito kasi yung A, x plus B, x plus C is equal to 0. So, si A is 1. So, ganyan. So, we all know that R1 plus R2, which is 3 plus R1, is equivalent kay negative 11. Okay? Then, we could say that this will be 2R1 is equivalent kay negative 11 minus 3. Then, R1 is equivalent kay negative 14 all over 2. R1 is equivalent kay negative 7. Okay? Then, for the value of R2, so lalabas, R2 is equivalent kay 3 plus negative R1. 3 plus R1. Therefore, R2 is equivalent kay 3 plus negative 7. R2 will be negative 4. Okay? Okay. So, yan. Yan yung way ng pag-solve using the roots. Okay. In finding the roots. Pero may simple way ng pag-solve yan using calculator. So you can use your calculator sa equation. Iba kasi yung calculator na gamit ko, no? So hanapin niyo lang yung equation. Hanapin niyo yung equation, then simultaneous equation. Then 2 unknowns yan kasi x squared. So we have 2 unknowns. Okay lang. Equation. Polynomials. Tapos 2. Tapos ilagay nyo lang 1 as x squared. Yung bx is 11. Tapos 28 yung 28. Wait lang. Sana nasusundan nyo pa, no? So 28 yung sa c. Then equals nyo lang. So lalabas, the value will be negative 4 and positive, negative 7. Ito. Papakita ko sa inyo. Ito. Pero malabo kasi. Yun, hindi nyo makita, malabo. Pero yun nga, i-explore nyo sa calculator yung naka-equation siya. Or, pwede rin natang naka-table. Hindi ko lang kabisado yung sa table eh. Ang alam ko lang is yung equation. Or you can use your shift solve. Na-try nyo i-check. Shift solve. Lalabas dyan. Kapag x squared kasi, ibig sabihin 2 values yung pwede nyo ibigay. Kapag x cubed, ibig sabihin 3 yung value niya. Kaya kapag nag-shift solve tayo, minsan ibibigay nyo yung isang sagot sa'yo. Maswerte ka na lang kung parehong imaginary numbers yung mga susunod, no? Pero kung parehong whole number kasi yon, ibig sabihin, 3 yung roots ng equation mo. No? Okay, so proceed tayo dun sa number 3. Okay, proceed sa number 3. Determine the value of k so that the sum of the product of the roots are equal from the given equation. So we have here 7x squared plus 2k minus 1 x plus minus 3k plus 2 equals 0. So, ang pinapahanap po is yung value ni k. Okay? So, we could say that the value of sum, sabi nga dyan, so that the sum and product of roots are equal. So, si sum natin is x1 or r1 plus r2. x1 plus x2, yan yung sum, is pareho daw dun sa product natin which is x1, x2. Diba? And we all know that x1 plus x2 is negative b all over a. And we all know that x1 and x2, which is the product, is c over a. Tama? Okay. We all know that this equation will be ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And we all know that the value of a is 7, the value of b is 2k minus 1, and the value of c is 3k plus 2. Tama? Okay, so susulat ko lang, negative 2k minus 1 all over a, which is 7, equals c, the value of c is negative 3k plus 2 all over 7. Okay, so lalabas, we have here 7, pwede ko nang tanggalin yung 7 siguro sa ilalim. To. So, lalabas, negative 2k plus 1 is equivalent to negative 3k plus 2. Tapos, transpose natin, we have here negative 2k plus 3k is equivalent kay 2 minus 1. Therefore, k is equivalent kay 1. Okay? So, the value of k will be equivalent to 1. Okay. So, next tayo. Sample problems naman tayo. So, tapos na tayo sa partial fraction. Tapos na rin tayo sample ng quadratic equations with roots, no? Ngayon, ito naman is parang progression, arithmetic progression naman tayo. Okay? So, erase ko ulit to. Okay, so in a pile of logs, each layer contains one more log than the layer above, and the top container contains just one log. If there are 105 in the pile, how many layers are there? So kung i-identify natin yung figure niyan, tama bang may mga kahoy daw, pile of logs, na nakaganito? Ganyan yung itsura ng logs. Ganyan daw yung logs. Tapos, yung total daw ng bilang ng logs is 105. So, ilang layers daw po yan, no? So, kung makita natin, pwede mong isulat yan isa-isa, tapos bilangin mo, no? So, meron akong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, pag pinag-plus mo yan, tapos nakabuka ng 105, ibig sabihin, yun yung bilang ng layers, no? So, matagal yun, mano-mano, di ba? Pero we could use the formula for identifying the number of layers dyan, no? So, we have here formula for arithmetic progression, sum of arithmetic progression. We have here Sn is equivalent kay n over 2 multiplied by 2a1 pala. a1 plus an ang susunod. a1 plus an. Pero syempre, si an is a1 plus n minus 1 times d. So, yun na lang susulat ko na. So, we have here 2a1 plus n minus 1 times d. Right? Si n is, si Sn is the sum of term. Si n is the number of terms or yung layer, or yung linya. Dito, layer. Yung d is the difference, no? So, kung makikita natin, si a1, sabihin natin 1 yung sa taas. So, first term natin, a1 is equivalent kay 1. N is unknown, kasi yun yung hinahanap na kung ilang terms yun. Then, si d is the difference. Tama bang ito is isa, tapos naging dalawa, may isang diferensya. Tapos from dalawa, naging tatlo, so may isa ulit na diferensya. So lalabas, d is equivalent kay 1. Then Sn is equivalent kay 105, which is the total number of logs. So 105 is equivalent kay n all over 2, multiplied by 2a1, which is equivalent kay 1, 2 times 1, plus n, which is unknown, minus 1 times 1 na d. So, therefore, n is equivalent kay, lagay nyo lang, 105 sheep sold n over 2, alpha x over 2, times 2 times 1, plus alpha x minus 1 times 1. Sheep sold. Therefore, the number of layers will be 14. Okay? 14, hanggang 14. So, kung gusto mong i-solve, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14, lalabas 105. Okay? So, i-plus mo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hanggang 14. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 hanggang mag-abot ka ng 14. Lalabas yan, 105 ang total number. So, ibig sabihin, tama yung sagot natin. No? Okay. So, let's proceed to number 2. Actually, madali lang naman itong progression. Si problem number 2 is find the 30th term of the arithmetic progression for 7 and 10. So, we have here 4, 7, 10. Therefore, A1 is the first term, which is 4. The D is the difference. So, 7 minus 4 is 3. 10 minus 7 is 3 din. So, the difference will be 3. Okay. So, pinapahanap is the 30th term. So, n is 30. So, anong term daw? AN, formula AN is equivalent kay A1 plus n minus 1 times D. Therefore, A sub 30, or the 30th term, is equivalent kay A1, which is 4, plus n, which is 30, minus 1, times the D, which is the difference, which is 3. Therefore, A sub 30 is equivalent kay, calculate lang natin, 4 plus 30 minus 1 times 3. So we have here 91. So the value of the 30th term for the arithmetic progression will be 91. Okay? So let's proceed. Number 2 to. Ito na muna yung erase. Number 3 tayo dito. For number 3, in a racing contest, there are 240 cars which will have provision that will last for 15 hours. Assuming constant hourly consumption for each car, how long will the fuel provision last if 8 cars withdraw from the race every hour after the first? Okay. So, meron daw tayong 240 cars na yung fuel niya daw is naka-provision for 15 hours. Then, along the race, in each hour, may 8 cars daw na nagwi-withdraw dun sa laban. No? So, ilang oras tatagal yung fuel natin kapag gano'n yung setup. No? Na yung provision mo from 15 hours ay ginagamitan ng 240 na cars, since yung 240 cars is nagbabawas in every hours ng 8. So ilan ngayon yung tatagal ng gasolina natin, ng fuel. Okay? So we have here for the provision, sum of Sn is we have here 240 cars multiplied by 15 hours. Okay? 240 times 15. So, yan yung magiging sum nung provision, no? Sum nung provision para dun sa kotse at saka yung sa fuel. So, we have here 240 times 15. So, we have here 3,600 na provision. Okay? So, ngayon, we could say that the A1, which is the number of cars, is the first is 240. Then, nagdi-decrease daw siya ng 8. So, ibig sabihin, the difference will be 8. Since decreasing yung ano natin, so dapat negative 8 yung value natin. Since decreasing siya. So, we have formula Sn is equivalent kay n all over 2 times A to A1 plus n minus 1 times D. So, we have here the provision, sum of the provision, which is 3,600 na cars per na fuel per hour. Na car per hour. So, equals n, which is the number of hours na matitira, over 2 times 2 times the first term, which is the number of cars, which is 240, plus n, which is unknown, minus 1, times the d, which is negative 8. Okay, n is equivalent kay 3,600 n over 2, alpha x over 2, times 240 plus alpha x minus 1 times negative 8. Therefore, we have here n is equivalent kay 25 hours. Okay. Therefore, yung itatagal ng fuel natin is hanggang mag 25 hours pa. No? Hindi na siya 15 hours kasi nga from every hour nagbabawas naman siya ng 8 cars. So, ibig sabihin, yung nag-withdraw na 8 cars is hindi nagagamit ng fuels yun. So, yung remaining fuels na nakalaan para sa kanila is mapupunta para dun sa mga patuloy pa rin na lumalaban. No? na sasakyan. So, yun, yung provision na from 15 hours, magiging 25 hours na siya. Okay? So, next tayo. So, sample problems ulit. I think it is geometric progression. Okay. So, let's proceed to geometric progression. The first term of geometric progression is 256 and the last term is 6,561. If the sum of all terms is 19,171, find the number of terms. Okay. So, first, write ko muna yung given. So, problem number 1. We have here the first term, which is A1, which is 258. And the A sub n, or yung last term, is equivalent kay 6,561. 561. Then we have here sum of term Sn, which is 19,000. 19,172. 19,171. Okay. So, we have A1, An, and Sn. So, anong formula ang pwede natin gamitin? So, the formula for geometric progression, we have A sub n, which is equivalent kay A1 times r raised to n minus 1. Tama? Then, we have here also formula for Sn, which is equivalent kay A1 r r raised to n minus A1 multiplied by 1 minus r raised to n minus 1 all over r minus 1. Okay? So, yan yung formula. And usually, itong r raised to n minus 1 and r minus 1 is interchangeable yan. Kapag ang value po ni r is less than 1, dapat 1 minus r raised to n. Pero kapag r is greater than 1, so we could use this r raised to n minus 1. No? Okay. So, kapag ginamit natin yung formulang ito, unknown si r at unknown si n. So, two equations. May dalawa tayong unknown. So, hindi natin agad-agad magagamit. Pag dito din naman, may given tayong Sn, may given tayong An, pero wala tayong R at wala tayong N. So, another two unknowns, no? So, why not pagsamahin natin yung dalawang yan, no? Okay. So, we could say na pagsasamahin ko muna yung formula para makabuo tayo ng another formula. Okay? So, I could say that this A sub n is equal to A1 R raised to n minus 1 is equivalent kay A sub n is equivalent kay A1 R raised to n all over r. Tama ba? Kasi nga, ito, yung r raised to n minus 1 is equivalent kay r raised to n over r yan. Tama? So, exponential. So, ito is ililipat ko sa taas, magiging negative 1 siya. Tama? Raised to negative 1. So, yan. Quick ano lang yan. Okay. So, since may ganyan na ako, so, pwede ko nang sabihin a sub n multiplied by r all over A1 is equivalent kay R raised to N. Tama? Ito, transpose ko doon, magiging A sub N times R. Tapos itong A1, ililipat ko sa kabila, magiging divisor siya. So, ito na siya. So, ito yung magiging equation 1 ko. Then, ito is ilalagay ko dito sa equation na to. Okay lang ba? So, wala naman sasagot. So, wala kang magagawa. So, okay siya. So, ililipat ko siya dito. So, pag nilipat ko, lalabas, S sub n is equivalent kay A1 multiplied by, alam mo yung value ni R sub n is equivalent kay dito, tama? A sub n R all over A1 minus 1 all over R minus 1. As you can see in the formula, makikita mo dito, meron akong Sn, meron akong A1 dito sa given na to. Meron din akong A sub n, tama? Pero wala akong R. So, pero isa na lang din naman siyang nawawala, di ba? So, we could use this formula to get the value of R, no? Then, solve kung anong pinapahanap. No? Ano pang pinapahanap dyan? Find the number of terms, yung n. No? So, para mahanap yung n, is kunin muna natin yung value ni R. Okay? So, Sn is equivalent kay 19,171 is equivalent kay A1, which is 258. 258 ba? 256 pala. 256. Okay, double check po. 256. Medyo maliit na kasi yung drawing. Yung PowerPoint. 256 multiplied by A sub n. Alam mo, si A sub n is 6,561 times R all over A sub 1, which is equivalent kay 256 minus 1 all over R minus 1. Okay? Then, lalabas, we have here R is equivalent kay 19,171 equals 256 multiplied by 6561 alpha x all over 256 minus 1 all over alpha x minus 1. So the value will be 6561 256 minus 1 x minus 1. Should solve. Ayaw lumabas. Syntax error. Okay. Equals 1.5. Double check lang. 1 minus yan. Interchangeable naman siya, no? So, pwede mong palitan. Baliktarin mo ito dun sa kabila. Ito dun sa kabila kapag ayaw lumabas ng sagot, no? Ibig sabihin, si R is greater than 1. Dun sa formula ko kasi, nakalagay doon kung ano yung pag greater than 1 or less than 1, no? So, dito, ang lalabas po, ayaw lumabas kapag ganito yung equation, so we could interchange it into ito. 1 minus A sub n, which is 6,561 R all over 256. Then, 1 minus R. Therefore, lalabas is 1.5. Then, to get the value of n, or the number of terms, na which is yung pinapahanap, so we could say that A sub n is equivalent kay A1 R raised to n minus 1. So we have here 6,561 is equivalent kay A sub 1, which is 256 R, which is 1.5 n minus 1. So, therefore, n is equivalent kay shift solve na lang natin para mabilis. 6,561 256 times 1.5 raised to alpha x minus 1. We have here n is equivalent kay 9 terms. Okay? 9 terms po. So, yan. Para sa equation number, para sa problem number 1. Okay, let's solve problem number 2. Okay? Problem number 2 tayo. Ayaw gumana. Problem number 2 po tayo. Bakit yung mag-erase? Okay, so pwede na siguro yan. Problem number 2 tayo. There are 4 geometric means between 3 and 729. Find the fourth term of the geometric progression. Okay, madali lang naman yan, yung problem na yan. So, we could say that 3, tapos may 4 terms daw, tapos 729. 729. So, therefore, we could say that A1 is equivalent kay 3, N is equivalent kay 2, 4, 6. Then, A sub 6 is equivalent kay 729. Okay, ang pinapahanap po ay, there are 4 geometric. Find the fourth term. Itong fourth term na to, pinapahanap. So, first, identify muna natin kung ano value ni common ratio, which is the value of R. So, dito sa formula, A sub 6 is equivalent kay A sub 1, R raised to N minus 1. So, A sub 6 is 729 is equivalent kay 3 multiplied by R, which is unknown, raised to 6 minus 1. Therefore, the value of R is equivalent kay 729 times 3x equals 3 times alpha x raised to 6 minus 1. Shift solve. Okay, so lalabas, the value of R is 3. Therefore, to get the value of the fourth term, we have here A sub 4 is equivalent kay A sub 1 R raised to N minus 1. A4 is equivalent kay the first term, which is 3, the common ratio, which is 3, then the R is fourth term minus 1. Therefore, A sub 4 is equivalent kay 3 times 3 raised to cube. Therefore, the value will be 81. So, the fourth term of the progression will be 81. Okay? So, next problem tayo, problem number 3. Okay, nakakailang problem na ba tayo? Almost 2 hours na yung video natin. So, problem number 3 tayo. The sum of the terms in geometric progression is 1,820. How many terms are there if the first term is 5, the second term is 15, and the third term is 45? Okay, so, dito ko na lang siguro, kasya naman siguro sa kalahati. Okay, so we have here S sub n. Sum of the term of the geometric progression is 1,820. Then we have here the first term, A1, which is 5, A2, which is 15, and A3, which is 45. Therefore, the common ratio will be 3. 15 divided 5 is 3. 45 divided 15 is 3. Okay. Ang pinapahanap po ay how many terms, no? Para makuha. Okay, so yung n po ang pinapahanap dyan. Therefore, we have here the formula S sub n is equivalent kay A1 times R raised to n minus 1. R raised to n minus 1 all over R minus 1. Sabi ko kanina pwede mag-interchange ulit to, no? Okay, so gamitan natin ng n minus 1 pala, minus 1. R raised to n minus 1 minus 1. So we have here 1820 is equivalent kay 5 multiplied by the common ratio 3 raised to n minus 1 minus 1 all over 3 minus 1. Therefore, n is equivalent kay, solve natin, 1820 5 multiplied by 3 raised to alpha x minus 1 minus 1 3 minus 1. So we have here the value of n, or the value of terms, which is equivalent kay 7. Okay. So kung gusto mong i-double check, 5 plus 15 plus 45 plus 45 times 3 plus 45 times 3 times 3 hanggang mag-7 yon. So, lalabas yan 1,820, no? Okay, wait lang. Plus 45 times 3 cube plus 45 times 3 is 4. Cube. Okay, so lalabas 1,820. No? Okay, so next tayo. The sum of the... yan na pala yung kanina. Next problem tayo. So we have here, find the fourth proportion of 4, 6, and 8. Okay, so pasok na tayo sa worded problem, no? Wait lang po. Tayo mag-guro nitong tambura. Ano na ang eraser? Okay, so find the fourth term, find the fourth proportion of 4, 6, and 8. Okay, so we have here 4, 6, and 8. To get the proportion or yung pang-apat na proportion yan, so ang gagawin lang natin is ipa-proportion yung 4, 6, and 8. So we could say that 4 over 6 is equivalent kay 8 all over x. Baga, yung first term, tapos yung sumunod, tapos yung magiging first term, tapos yung susunod. So pinapahanap ko is yung itong pang-apat na yan. So to get the value of that, is ganito yung formula natin. No? So we could say that 4x is equivalent kay 8 times 6. Therefore, x is equivalent kay 12. So yan na po yung sagot natin sa problem na number 1. Okay? Okay, so problem number 2 tayo. The radius of curvature of the given curve varies directly with x and inversely with the square of y. When x is equivalent kay 2, so isulat ko muna yung first, kapag ganito yung problem, yung first sentence, yun yung formula, no? So, sabi daw, the radius of curvature is given when the curve varies directly with x. So, meron tayong kx. Yung k is the constant proportionality dun sa ratio and proportion natin, no? With x and inversely with the square of y. So, square of y inversely is divide square of y. No? So, yun yung magiging formula natin. Okay. Ngayon, given naman, when x is 2 and y is 3, the radius of curvature is 100. So, we could say that when r is 100, k, x is 2, and y is 3 squared. So, we could get the value of constant proportionality natin, no? So, 100 equals alpha x times 2 all over 3 squared. Ship solve. So, the value of k is 450. Okay? 450 siya. So, ngayon, ang pinapahanap is find the radius of curvature when x is 4, y is 6 naman. So, we could rewrite this. R is equivalent kay, yung value ni k is yung constant proportionality which is to 450. The value of x which is given as 4. The value of y which is 8 squared. R is equivalent kay 8 squared ba? 6 pala. 6. 6 squared. So, 450 multiplied by 4 all over 6 squared is equivalent kay 50. So, the radius of curvature will be 50 if x is equivalent kay 4 and y is equivalent kay 6. Okay? Wait lang. Okay, next tayo. Last problem siguro muna to. Tapos, medyo mahaba na kasi yung video. Tapos, yung part 2 na lang is worded problem, no? Pero itong proportion is under na rin ng worded problem to. Okay, problem number 3. Given that W varies directly, so si W daw, yan na. W is varies directly to the product of x and y, x, y, ito, sinusulat ko, and inversely as the square of z. As inversely to the square of z. Then, given W is equivalent kay 4 when x is 2, y is 6, and z is 2. So, ngayon, si W daw is equivalent kay 4. Ano pa rin yung constant proportionality natin kasi yun yung kailangan natin hanapin. X is 2, y is 6, and z is 3 squared. Therefore, the value of k is equivalent kay 4 alpha x times 2 times 6 all over 3 squared, shift solve equals 3. Therefore, the value of k is 3. Then, to get the value of another w, so we could rewrite this. W is equivalent kay 3xy all over z squared. So, pinapahanap ulit is find the value of w when x is 1, y is 4, and z is 2. Therefore, the w is equivalent kay 3 times 4 is 12, divide 2 is 6. Squared pala to. Divide 4. So, 12 divide 4 is 3. So, the value of w will be 3. Okay? So, yan po for now. Siguro hanggang dyan lang muna yung video natin kasi masyadong mahaba na. And I do hope na nasundan ninyo yung ating discussion, no, all throughout this 2-hour video. So, yun. Pag may questions kayo or may mga bagay na nag-error ako sa pag-solve, you can comment dun sa comment section ng YouTube para at least makita natin at ma-identify din ng mga estudyante na ay may error pala dun sa ano, no? At willing naman tayong i-check 'yon, no? So, yun. I do hope na naiintindihan niyo. So, bye.